Greetings, everybody. It's Artemis again. So, are we getting a new Star Trek TV show called Captain Pike? That's what our episode is all about today. It's an opinion piece, just some thoughts, rumors that are going around with a few sources that are claiming that we might be getting one. I guess too a Captain, not just Captain Pike show, but I guess a Section 31 as well too. Of the writing and recording of this, Viacom CBS is stocks are in the toilet like everybody else and stuff. We don't know where or what this will happen, but all indications are that we are getting one. I'm kind of concerned with the Viacom situation, the situation that we are in, what's going on with it and all that. I'd be pretty excited and also too very skeptical about it and stuff. I really like Anson Mount as Captain Pike on Discovery and stuff. I really loved the Enterprise and 1701. I like the update of it and all that. But let's get into this. So, I think many outlets have indicated in the last week or so, Viacom CBS stated that more Star Trek TV shows are in the works. All we know is two, with Discovery getting greenlit for season 4 and 5. I really don't see that happening. We have seen Star Trek Picard dropped and just finished its end of the season, end of first season. There are some indications that there's a season 2 coming, but I don't know. Star Trek Picard wasn't really all that well received as much as they want you to think it did. I watched the entire season. I didn't do a review on it and stuff like that because I started my podcast after the end of first season, but if it's something that you would like me to do, I will. Let me know down in the comment section and all that. We've only heard of... So, as a Trekkie, we've heard that 2 more shows are in the works. Many people, wondering what. But why Captain Pike, though? I don't know. Robert Kirkman claims that he is listening to the fans, but I find that to be doubtful. But he's real thick, thin-skinned, so that might be some truth to that. I don't know what to think about that. No real information is available when it comes to what these shows will be about, let alone Captain Pike. Granted, we know what happens to Captain Pike, but we don't know much of anything else outside of what we have seen in Discovery, which has not been much of anything, while we know about Pike from the pilot of Star Trek during the TOS era and all that. As all Trekkies, we all know this all too well, What really appealed to me is Anson Mount. I really enjoyed him as an actor. I found him when he was the star of AMC's Hell on Wheels, which takes place shortly after the American Civil War, the building of the Continental Railroad across the United States. And he was a former Confederate soldier, Colin Buchanan. It goes on for about 5 seasons. It is really good. I can't put it past him. It is a very humanist show. Portrayal of the time period of Reconstruction, which moves along the construction of the railroad, the small towns, cities, and states along that built up and popped up, in the building of the railroad all the way across the United States at the time, and meeting in Utah. It reminds me of another TV show that I really enjoyed that went off the air too early, was Deadwood. And getting back to Anson Mount and Star Trek Captain Pike, he's a great actor, holds a position of a historical character in Star Trek in a very good light. Much better than what we had seen on the big screen in Star Trek's 2008 reboot. I like the actor, I just don't think it was utilized or portrayed, was done right. Nothing against the actor, but I didn't see Captain Pike like I do in Anson Mount, and all that. And Anson Mount in recent years hasn't had a lot of really good shows or and stuff. I think he's had like one or two shows canceled, and all that. I think that one was about a superhero and all that. So, um, other outlets have indicated, which has allegedly came out of Viacom, that this is happening, it is in development, but I'm not sure that is the case at all. I have to say, if it was, I would be completely on board, in part that I like the updated version, the Enterprise NCC 1701 in Discovery versus 2008's reboot. I thought it was very well complemented to the original and stuff, and all that. Unlike 2008, it was too big. It was lit up a little too much and stuff. I know that the one in Anson Mount in Discovery and stuff, it's a little darker and stuff, but I kind of appreciate that. The lighting between the two, I just didn't care for 2008. Just for you Trekkies or non-Trekkies out there, just a little trivia if you didn't know, which I, you know, but Captain Pike was not her first captain. It was, in fact, Robert April, then Captain Pike, then Kirk, and final captain of that era of Trek and of NCC 1070. So 1701 line was Kirk. So I wasn't even aware of that. I, being a Trekkie myself, I didn't know that. It was just in the research of this article and review and information dump, basically. And I knew of her having another captain. I just didn't know who it was or the name was. And I'm kind of like what the hell? Why didn't I know that? So I don't know. So the way I see Anson Mount portrayal of Captain Pike is what struck a chord with not just me, but that of fans of the original TOS era of Trek. Even being brought back in Discovery, which I found to be nothing more than a reason to draw in fans and viewers, I find it to be rather questionable. But Captain Pike was the best part of season 2 of Discovery, and the character and his crew could move away from Discovery into what and who Enterprise was during that timeline. Anson Mount was even asked if he would return to play Captain Pike. He had this to say at TOR: "Obviously, it is something I would love to do. It was never on my bucket list because I never thought it was something that I could be on my bucket list." Bucket list. That's kind of cool. It'd be wonderful. I love the franchise. I love the people. With all things Trek and the situation Star Trek is in, nothing is really a done deal, as we know. Trek, and like so many other franchises, are in so much turmoil right now with just terrible writing and just not understanding what these franchises are. But at the same time, it seems things could be moving in the right direction. I also wanted to mention I love Rebecca Romijn as number 1, as I'm not sure about Ethan Peck as Spock, but they had good chemistry on screen, and I appreciate that more than anything. I'm not sure about the Spock character, in part to what they have done to him in Discovery, and the legendary, Leonard Nimoy that created the character for what it is, but you can't have that dynamic of Pike number 1 without Spock either. They all have to work. One thing is certain, Anson Mount has to be back for the character, which I think he would. No matter if he had to move his schedule around, you don't turn that type of opportunity down, let alone a historical character as Captain Pike. And from, just the way he portrays Pike, it almost seems like he researched Pike, did as much as he could in regards to trying to portray it correctly, and I don't know that. I'm just speculating, but that's my impression of it. You know. So moving on, when mentioning like Ethan Peck who plays Spock, my criticism is that of what they did to the character in Discovery, which I find to be very questionable. I have to even say that don't know what they just don't know what they have in this franchise, and what is clearly seen in basically neutering Spock for Michael Burnham and stuff, dude. I can't believe that they chose her to kind of be the lead for Discovery and stuff when she was a horrible actress in The Walking Dead and stuff, and all that, and her her choice of words towards the fan community and stuff like that, and I just don't really appreciate that, but Ethan Peck has stated to TV Guide the following as well in regards to his character. I would love to come back because part of Star Trek is like magic. It's funny. I think Star Trek is so diverse among people in the world that are like, never seen it, not interested. And those that do see it are very attracted and find themselves very connected with it. To be a part of something like this is just really special. Now, I feel like I've done a lot of groundwork and Spock is very much a part of me. I am the same but different having finished it. So, would I like to continue? Yeah, I think it would be great. So there you have it on the front. The two main characters. They do want to come back. They need to come back. And stuff. And like I said, I didn't really care for Ethan Peck's portrayal of Spock. But Captain Pike, number one, and Spock, they all complement each other on screen. And the chemistry is there, and that's what's important when you have a TV show. All in all, most of these actors and Rebecca Remain don't seem to have much of other commitments going forward from their IMDb. So I'm sure that all three characters would be would be back certainly with no problem once this situation is finalized, and that we get back to the situation we are in, and Hollywood and the rest of the country can get back on track. But if we don't get to it, I'm okay with that as well. But I would rather see a Captain TV show, hands down. I'd like to know your thoughts below. I'd like to know your thoughts on Anson Mount and Captain Pike. I also want to state, too, my criticism of Captain Picard's show and Discovery is not to be disparagingly against those that like it. You like it? Awesome. More power to you and stuff. That's what Star Trek is. And Roddenberry said, he didn't care what form Star Trek was in and all that, as long as it was on, Like, when they canceled the original TOS, Star Trek with Captain Kirk, William Shatner, and Leonard Nimoy, they started the cartoons, and he goes, I don't care, long as it's on TV, people are watching it, But, at the recording of this, I have looked up the situation and looked into the situation with Viacom, and I'm really concerned. I don't know where this is going to go and all that. It doesn't look good, but all corporations are being hit for what is going on. So as I stated, who knows what will emerge from all this. Let's hope that stricter budgets, better storytelling, writing, acting will come out of all of this and stuff. We're kind of in a very interesting time in our culture, Hollywood, outside influences, and all that. But remember, we love Star Trek for a reason, and we want good Star Trek. We don't want shitty Star Trek. Nobody does. And all that. But just to like it because it's on, that's not Star Trek. And when I was watching Star Trek Picard, it just was just too much for me. I mean, I watched it, so. But I'm going to end this now. Please like, subscribe, share, and stuff. And I also want to say, too, that there are a lot of things going on with YouTube and its algorithms. I know that my channel is new. Please support your YouTubers and stuff. A lot of these people, they rely on the monetary contributions from those that do listen to them and stuff. But I really appreciate you listening. I hope you liked this episode. I'd really like your opinion down in the comment section and stuff. And I want to close this out with saying, we will all get through this situation. We will all be here for one another. This is what makes the people of this planet so great. When we are in something together, we come together as a people. And I just want to say, live long and prosper to all of you people out there, including you Trekkies. Take care. Later.